15. We are live, good people.
Yeah, we. Oh, nope, I'm on the wrong show. Sorry, you ain't got that shirt on.
What?
You ain't got that shirt on. You ain't live on this.
Oh,
Not tonight.
No, nope, you ain't live yet.
All right, we are. Let me see. We are live on this Good Tuesday.
Okay.
I'm gonna share it, and I'm gonna tag you, good folks.
all right. Thank you.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
Now we on the Tangy T page.
Yeah.
All right, everybody feeling good tonight?
Victor must be
Feeling
sitting there
good.
waiting for us.
He be
to come
waiting
on.
for everybody to get
Victor,
He's trying to wait for him. to
we
come on.
miss
No,
you.
we don't.
Yes, we do.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we do miss them. All right, so here we go. We
Look who in your hot seat, bro. Uh-oh.
all right. So we're gonna get started. Let's kick it off. Here we go. Hmm.
Here we go again. Eeny, meeny, miny, mo. Which button do I press for?
You're right. I don't know. What's going on, good people? We are live on this Tuesday. Hmm.
Live on this Tuesday evening, and I just hit the button, and nothing happened unless there's a delay here.
Oh, we're
So-
good. We're on.
Yeah, we're on.
You
Definitely
talking about
on.
the switch stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I hit the button and it didn't switch anything.
There you go. You bright in there.
Oh, okay. There,
There
I
you go.
go.
You can
Welcome
see it
to
right there.
welcome to where I don't see it.
You right there,
Because
brother.
we
There you
just
go.
changed,
Welcome
keep
to
clicking
Tangy
it.
T. Yeah.
we
there
just changed it back.
There you go. Okay.
All right, guys, welcome to Tangy Tea of Life. This is where we talk about any and everything. I am your host, Veronica, back with you on this beautiful evening. Brother Fatine, all the way from WBLS radio station, is back with us.
Hey,
Woo,
what's
woo.
up, y'all? Good to be here on this Tuesday evening. Busy week, but
Ugh.
glad to be here with everybody.
Yes.
A room full of
Oh,
women. That's what I want.
Oh.
I love it.
To my left, I have Destiny back with us.
Hello.
Hello, Destiny.
Hi.
And we have,
Mm.
we have with us tonight Lisa.
Ooh.
Oh, Destiny, I didn't give you a bell. No,
It's
sorry.
all good.
Lisa
Redheads,
is
y'all.
sitting in the hot seat with us tonight. So we have a full house here tonight on the tea.
I
So
am
glad to
sitting
see
in
everyone.
Victor's seat.
Oh my goodness.
Help me.
You are sitting in the hot seat tonight.
Can you hold it down?
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Yes, our brother Victor is not with us again tonight. Hopefully, he'll be back with us in April.
Yeah, that's what I think.
April. Oh my.
That's what it seemed like.
Yeah.
He's been gone forever.
He's enjoying it, putting up lamb chops and
I
mashed
know.
potatoes and all kind of stuff. So he eating good. He's enjoying the Dallas Cowboy territory, so he's fine. He's
Right.
good.
I heard he went to the game too.
Yeah.
Maybe he got us something good. I don't know. But yeah. So we are back tonight, guys. This is the tea where we talk about any and everything. So thank y'all for watching and tuning in tonight. Who do we have in our comments? Hey Sly, thank you so much for the stars. We appreciate you. Hey Miss Doretha. I was going to say Lisa, but Lisa is right here with us. And all of you out there who is joining in tonight. Hey, Miss Rainey, all the way from New York. We appreciate all of y'all so much. Sly, always sending us stars each and every week. We appreciate you. And everyone out there, I see Voodoo is watching. Karen, what's going on? Thank y'all so much. Is Victor already starting in the comments?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, not even
No.
paying him no mind.
You know what? I can't.
Wait till we get into some topics.
Yes, please. So how was everyone's weekend?
It was good. Mine was great. I
Was it?
enjoyed myself.
Yeah.
It
We-
was
we-
great once we
wait.
took that
Wait, wait.
W.
What?
Bang bang, not a gang. You know, we won.
Who's we? Who's we?
The 49ers, sir.
Oh, please get out of here.
You'll roll your ass on it. Yeah, why ain't I in the middle here? Yeah, bang, bang, we won.
Right.
Bang, bang, we won. You going down. The Lions going to kick ass this week.
We'll see.
We'll see. Definitely we'll see.
We'll see.
Here we go. We were going to rewind this tape.
Y'all definitely getting out.
There you go, Voodoo. Bang bang.
Yeah,
Voodoo,
that's
you know
right.
what?
That's right.
Get out of here. Hey, Michelle.
That's it. Hey, Lisa, we got no. You can't just say I had a great. You got to give us some details. Why you had a great weekend?
Well, got time to spend with my grandkids and kids, and most of the time I was in church most of the time, so it was
Okay.
good. I got to see a good friend give his trial sermon, so
Okay.
that was wonderful.
There you go. See, that's what we need.
Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
great.
There you go.
Praise the Lord.
There you go.
Yeah.
We gonna have our church in here?
I ain't say
Maybe.
that- I ain't say that, not cause no. Lord's still working on me. He's still working on me.
Okay. We can do it. Veronica don't know that side of me. They don't want to go there with me.
He's
But
working on us all, Lisa.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So it's all good.
Daily.
I still
Right?
look. I had a conversation with my aunt. Oh, I gotta hit this button. I had a conversation with my aunt in the past, and I said, "Why does it seem like the good people die first? They go first?" And she said, "I don't know." I said, "Listen, Annie." I said, "I'm gonna put a little bad in my cup because I'm not ready to go from here." And I put a little bad. I'm sorry.
What?
No.
Is
Yeah, I'm
that-
not trying to be no angel on this place. No, I'm not no angel. I'm striving.
YOLO.
I'm striving. That's all I can tell you.
I
I'm
did not
striving.
understand that.
Look, I walk, I turn my head and look back at times. I do things that ain't kosher all the time. Not disrespectful or no real bad stuff,
Okay.
But I got a little bad boy in me. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay. Yeah. Sounds, yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody said, turn that. Voodoo said, my hormones ain't up yet, bro. I'm good. We ain't talking sex.
I'm just saying.
That's Voodoo saying that to me.
We do have an email letter tonight, and the email letter is a little sad.
Oh, God. There go
Yeah.
my Viagra. No.
No, I mean, I think it's sad, But let's get into this topic right quick. I've now, asked people before the show, to give, what they would like to see us talk about or whatever like that. So one of the topics was, and it came from a guy, and he said, "Do women love men because they feel that the man needs them and they like that feeling? Or do women love men because they see them as for who they really are and love that part about them, good or bad?"
It depends on the woman, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It's with anything. There's no one size fits all. With me, if I love somebody, it's because I love them
Mm-hmm.
with everything in me and because of who they are. But I wouldn't want to love someone just because I feel like they need me. But that's me.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. What do you think, Lisa?
For me is I can only speak for myself. I love you for who you are.
Mm-hmm.
I can't for you needing me. That gonna get tired.
Mm-hmm.
Cause every time I turn around, you're gonna need something from me, and it's gonna be pulled more and more out of me. Let me love you for you.
Right.
Veronica, I'm not in this conversation.
Oh yeah, because he did say women, right?
yeah,
Oh, I can't change it. Let's see. Do women love men because they feel that the man? I don't want to say that the man needs me. I will hope that he wants me and love me for who I am. I mean, we all need one another for one reason or another.
Right.
But just to say, feel like the man needs us, that's why we love them. No, I don't think so. No. And for the men, he says, "Men, why do we, because he isn't male, why do we wait so long to be vulnerable with our feelings? Why do we wait too long or never say at all, but we end up being mad for the rest of our lives?"
I want to go. Can I deal with both? So
Mhm.
not the woman part, but the need part. that you can love someone like you, all three women, you know, I do agree with you because you're women and from your point of view. But I do understand there is a certain kind of love that you could have for a person, but there's a love that can grow when a person needs you. And when I say that, I love my late wife, but because of her illness, there was a different type of love that also developed. I didn't know, and I mentioned this before with her sickle cell. So when I saw her first time in a sickle cell crisis, this was rare for me. I didn't know, and this not only to meet her, but some of her friends and other people with this disease, I became more compassionate to that. So there was a different type of need. You know, it's times when she couldn't walk down the stairs. I had to carry her downstairs to the car to take her to the hospital. So there was a certain kind of need there, that there was a different type of love there. And it's not that, and I'm gonna say she did need me. I'm gonna sit there and say she did need me.
Yeah,
Not
at
that,
that
that she
time.
couldn't live her life,
Yeah.
but it was just more easier for her as an adult being on her own. You got to realize she didn't leave her parents' house till she was 28 years old because of the sickle cell. So she was hand off from her parents to me. And there was a certain need. And then when we had children, they're still going into the hospital, staying sometimes 4 weeks. There's a different type of need. So there's a different type of love that grows within that love that you have
Right.
with that person. So I just wanted to answer that.
Yeah.
Now, on the vulnerability for me, that as a man, I just think that, and me and Destiny was talking about this before the show, is that the vulnerability is that we put up this facade that we are strong. We have to carry whatever comes at us because we are men. We are conquerors of the world, and we just and we hold it in. But by us not communicating, we build up this not only a wall, we pile this on, and then we carry it, we get mad, or we explode and we lash out. So that's the problem in which we were talking about before, that we as men got to learn how to communicate and open up and still feel manly and still be able to get that off your chest, because all that kind of stress, it'll kill you, or you will lash out and you would wind up taking that out on someone that you love, and it's not fair to them.
Right.
So some of these comments, let me see. Voodoo, this one just came in. He says, we have to be strong. Both of us can't be crying all the time. Michelle says, I love a man for who he is, and if he needs me, I still love him mentally, physically, emotionally, etc. Exactly right. Voodoo also says most women love the potential of what a man could be.
That's true.
I wouldn't say most, but some.
So those are some good comments that's coming through. But yeah, that's the only topics that I had tonight. Unless you have something.
I've got a question for you because, again, you know, do you ladies, you know, do y'all know what love is? And the reason why I ask, because a lot of people say, you know, I want to fall in love, or I've never been in love. So if you haven't experienced love, how do you know what it is? Because for me, love is just different. You know, the love that I had for my first wife and then my late wife was a two different type of loves. And I noticed that as time went on, I learned myself more, and I learned what this different degrees of love is. So my question to you ladies and to our folks out there in the chat, do y'all know what love is, or what is love to you? Put it like that. What is love to you?
Well, that's a tough question, because love can be you can look at love as so many different ways. You know what I'm saying? I can say that I've loved someone before. You know, like love. I don't know, how do you break it down? Love is, you feeling wanted and sometimes needed. Like I said, we all, need someone at times. Love is, being there for someone and being able to talk to them and being able to share your feelings with them, and, just knowing that that person got your back no matter what, through the bad, through the good, the ugly, whatever. That's love to me, knowing that that person, is who you can count on at any time of day, you know? So I've experienced love. Yeah, I have.
I'm experiencing it now, so I'm getting married in October.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
So to me, it's like an overwhelming feeling, and
Yeah.
it's something I didn't have because I was married before I got divorced. There was a lot of turmoil in that,
Yeah.
and so when I got that divorce, it made me feel taken back. You just don't have any strength for anything else.
To get close back.
So
Yeah.
when I went out there and started dating, I was like, do I even really need to do this? Do I really need? Do I need to find love again? Do I need to do this?
Yeah.
I mean, I gave up.
Because starting over is,
Yes.
ugh,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
hard.
And then
Yes.
starting over at the age of 40,
Yeah,
over 40,
girl. Come on.
and then out here looking, I'm not putting all men,
Yeah.
but the ones that I met,
Mm-hmm.
characters.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And then when I was in the phase of just giving up, he popped up just like that because it's something you didn't expect.
Right.
And when you get that love feeling, it's butterflies.
Yeah.
And I still feel it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Look at me getting excited for you.
now.
Ooh,
I still
girl.
feel that.
Yeah.
And it feels so good to me to finally have somebody that has my back
Yeah.
and I have his,
Right.
and we able to talk about any and everything.
Yes.
And don't even have to worry about nobody getting upset or
Yeah.
taking offense to stuff. It was good. It's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. I love it.
I love it. I'm smiling now. So
Listen, you got me smiling, girl. I'm
Got
smiling
you
for
jumping up
it.
out your
Listen,
seat.
Yeah.
because I just feel like love is such a beautiful thing, and when you find that person who you
yeah.
truly love, oh man, that's the best feeling.
Oh yeah. It is.
Destiny, what
That's
is
the best
you?
feeling.
What is yours?
So for me, love is unconditional giving of my authentic self. I can be myself at any given moment and know that you're still going to accept me for who I am. Because I'm a weirdo, I'm a quirky person, and there's things about me that sometimes even I question. So to have someone that accepts that and can still love me in all of that and support me through all of that, support me through finding myself because I was lost. So having someone to love me in my brokenness and love me until I was able to put myself together, I didn't experience that until now.
Wow. Let me hit this button if it works. And let me just say this. First of all, Veronica, you just that energy. You just saw that energy that came out of you.
Yeah.
Lisa and Destiny, what you just said, I'm glad that you said this because I've been talking about this before. And I don't want to say I put on this facade, but what I'm saying is I do put up a wall because I've been hurt before. And because you've been hurt before, you put up this. But I've always said that if I had to choose a loving relationship or being single, I would choose that loving relationship. You just said something that I've been talking about for a long time, and I think a lot of people or some people question me on this show. When you find that person, when you find that person and you can talk to about anything. Like there was a comment about looking like a woman gets in the elevator and you bet not look. But I didn't go through that. You understand? When you got somebody that understands you and you understand them, you don't go through that kind of creepy BS because you respect one another, but you deal with life as life is. And we're older now. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm glad that you gave me the opportunity to put that question. It wasn't there for me, but at times we don't talk about it. We talk about problems on this show a lot, but we don't talk about embracing love, what makes relationship thrive. You're getting married. We don't talk about, we talk about separation. We don't talk about coming together. And I think we need to do more of that. We need to put that energy out there because you just saw what happened to Veronica. And when we put that out amongst other people, we hope that energy will jump on them. And we could, because our society needs more love. We need more loving people out here. So I'm glad that we got a chance to open up on that topic just now.
Yes. And see, I'm always cheering for the next person. Like, you know, when I see two people in love, like that melts my heart because I'm glad for them. Like to hear your story and that you're in this space now where
Oh yeah.
you know you're glowing, you're happy. Like you say, y'all always, you know, you're just happy you're in love and you found
Absolutely.
that person, you
'Cause,
know.
when we first started dating good, I went through a sickness. I went through cancer. So I was diagnosed with cancer. Thank God I caught it stage 1.
Yes.
But I did, when we first dated, it was maybe a couple months. I gave him that opportunity. I talked to him. I said, look, this is what I'm going through. You would choose, I'm giving you the choice. I'm not going to be upset. 'Cause if you choose that this is not for you,
Yeah.
I can move on and go through this. But I don't know what it was. But he said, no, I'm here. I'm not going nowhere.
There you go.
Mm.
I want to read two.
See,
I want to read 2 comments real quick.
go
All
ahead.
right. First, Nicole Harris says it's good. It's a good
Jesus.
feeling when you can show love and get love back. Nowadays, it's hard to find that agape love. And Dr. Martin Luther King talked about agape love. There's different degrees of love out there and the different names out there. Voodoo Child writes, it's always good in the beginning. And I'm kind of glad that you write that. I'm not going to attack you on that, Voodoo, because what your statement is a true statement, but this is where it goes. We get these butterflies, we meet people, but sometimes there's not a building connection. You understand? It may not be a building connection, but we try to force it. And see, that's the problem. We get together with people, but we're not really, really compatible. So yeah, it's good in the beginning. But for a lot of us who are experienced and meeting that person that has made us make each other happy, it lasts beyond the beginning.
Yes.
It lasts beyond. So I understand what you're saying, Voodoo, but a lot of times we just stay together for the wrong reasons. And I keep telling people it's time to walk away if it's not working. Go ahead. Sorry, Veronica.
No problem. This is a great point. And I wanted to say this, and I probably get a lot of backlash, but because you know I don't like to bring celebrities up often, but I do. When Voodoo made that comment, it came to mind where everybody is talking about Common and Jennifer Hudson. And they're going in, oh, he gonna do you the same way. You know, he can't keep women longer than a year or 2. You're gonna be the next one. I can't stand that. Just because it didn't work out with the other 5, 10, 15, however many, doesn't mean that it's true love when it comes to this next person.
Right.
Stop judging people by their past. You know, I don't like that. Hopefully it will work out for them, and hopefully that is real love. Hopefully he loved her the way she deserves to be loved, and hopefully she loves him the way that he deserves to be loved.
I hope
You know what
so.
I don't like when people start putting their bad mouth, as the older people say. Stop putting bad mouth on people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't care if things didn't work in the past. Let's move forward. Maybe he grown from the other relationships that he'd been. Maybe he didn't. But I mean, that's on her to accept him in her life. Right. You know, I don't like to see all the bad comments that's coming behind those two together.
I'm trying not to. I try.
And what
I
Gloria,
mean, you know,
Because
what
I
Gloria
guess-
said is true.
I guess because of his track record.
yeah, and that's what I'm
It's kind
saying.
of making me. I pray that it works out for them.
Yeah,
But I was about to give him a new name.
I know.
Oh,
he's been
Lord.
around. He's been
I'd rather-
around.
His new name was about to be Community. Because every time
Oh,
I
gosh.
turned around, he was with somebody.
Yeah.
else.
Well,
And I just, like I said, I pray that for Jennifer,
yeah.
that it works out for them, and that he changed from that and bring her happiness and stuff. I hope.
I hope so too. I mean, I wish the best for anyone. I don't just, look at someone and be like, "Oh, I hope it don't work out for them."
Right.
But you do have some people that will say that. You know what I'm saying? Like, just be happy for folks, whether it
Yeah.
lasts 2 months or 2 years. Can we just be happy for the moment? you know?
So I think in this case, celebrities have public lives.
Yeah.
So we're going to have public opinions. And I understand what Veronica is saying about the negative energy. Unfortunately, Common does have a history there. I don't count Erica Badu. Erica Badu is a different type of woman. She said that when she was with Andre 3000. She is that alpha female. Not alpha female, alpha. She's the kind of woman that can deal with more than one man. She's that type of woman. So I don't put Erica Badu there. I don't know what happened in these past situations with these other women, but yeah, the red flag does go up and say, will this last? And we hope it lasts with you, what you're saying, Veronica. Put that positive energy out there, but the red flag is up there. There are people in Vegas betting on how long this will last.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that's the
Unfortunately.
reality. Yeah.
And going to what Nicole says, she says different people form different relationships, and that's the truth. Maybe it's something different about Jennifer. You know what I'm saying? Maybe she got what he was looking for all this time. Maybe he thought the other women had what he was looking for and they didn't have it. I just say just give them a chance and let them live. Like all the negativity, I don't like that. You
But
know?
that's when you also like being a celebrity and being in the spotlight. You have to know to turn the outside noise down. You have to ignore it. Sometimes I'm sure it's hard, but you have to ignore it. And back to what Gloria said, she said exactly, Veronica, nobody gets the same person. That's true. Because somebody can be a POS to me, but be great to the next person.
Yeah.
So it's more so our vibe, our connection. It's not that person. It's the two people together. Maybe they aren't as compatible as they thought they were in the beginning.
Right. Yeah. I mean, to each his own, you know.
I wish them nothing but the best.
Yeah, I
People-
wish them nothing but the best because, like I said, love is a beautiful thing, and she's probably just so happy. And he probably, you know, Common's probably the same. He's probably really happy for Tina's looking like, I doubt it, but
No. I'm only saying it from this because I'm working on getting Jennifer on our show, and I've met Common. I've known Common. He's a real good guy.
Yeah.
I don't know Jennifer. I've never met Jennifer, but my producer's working on to get her on the show.
Yeah,
So I will be asking it when she does come on about their relationship, but I'm not going to dive deep about that kind of stuff. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna do that.
it just seems like she's just a really down to earth person ever since
Oh, yeah.
American Idol, her and Fantasia.
And you
Even
gotta-
when I met Fantasia, you know, Fantasia is a very down to earth person. You know, so I don't know.
Yeah.
I wish the best.
Well, it's a little down to earth. Interesting. You know, she took somebody's husband, but that's another story.
Oh, we judging here.
Hey, she said it. Sure, that's out there. She
Are
took
you
a
talking about Fantasia?
Fantasia, and that's
Yeah,
my
I'm
girl.
saying
That's
she's
my girl.
down to earth as far as when I met her.
She was down to earth when I met
I don't know her personal life.
But it's been out there. It's definitely. And remember, Jennifer Hudson has also been married. She was married to the wrestler.
Yeah.
And they have a
Yeah.
child together, you know, and that didn't work. And I said, I just was talking to a friend of mine yesterday, and I said, even though I'm in the entertainment world just like Veronica is, I said that it would be hard for me to deal with a woman that's in the entertainment world that has that kind of, is an A-lister. I doubt if I would deal with someone like that unless you just fall in love with them. Celebrities, I mean, there's some celebrities that do work, but a lot of times their life is just not so public.
Right. And you know, it's going back to what Voodoo says, how many women have Brad Pitt or Johnny, what is his name? Johnny Depp been with. And that goes, like, you don't really hear, and I don't want to play the race card, but you don't hear a lot about, I mean, you do, but it's like we drag one another.
Yeah.
It's
We
us.
drag one another when it comes to, like, this. Like, if we talking about Common and Jennifer, like, okay, let them live, do them. But I
So-
do want, go ahead.
So let me hit this button here. So let me ask you this. This is interesting. White woman, Elizabeth Taylor, never dragged.
Taylor
She
Swift.
changed men with, like she changed her underwear. Never dragged. They kind of put her on a pedestal. Who's going to be the next? Who's going to be the next? But they never dragged Elizabeth Taylor. They held that white woman up here to this high standard. Her standard never fell, no matter how many men she dealt with. My question is, why? Because in society, when women do that, they do get dragged.
That is true.
They do. That's what I'm saying. It's sad. It's like we never want to see one another happy. to a certain extent. It's always something. Oh, well, she must didn't know that he was, and I'm talking about local. Oh, she must be didn't know that he was messing with blah, blah, blah a few years ago and how he did her and blah, blah, blah. Why? Oh, people change. People don't stay the same. And they change just like, who was that said? No, I think that was Nicole. They change for the relationship that they're in, for the person that they're with. You know what I'm saying? Just because it happened to that last person doesn't mean that that's going to take place with the person that they with now. I say just give people a chance and let people live. That's why so many relationships don't work, because it be so many people involved in that relationship. Too many people want to give their opinion. Too many people want to know what's going on inside the relationship. And sometimes it is the two people that are running their mouth and telling what's going on inside their relationship.
That's true.
Yeah,
You need to know how to zip it and be quiet and keep things on the low. You know what I'm saying?
Especially your problems, because you can forgive this person, but you done told your mama and your brother they ready to go to war for
Right.
you. So you really have to learn to keep certain things private. You do celebrate the good, but when y'all are going through, I'm not saying act like your relationship is perfect, but you don't have to put everything out there.
No. And Michelle Grant says that's the past for Teen, and Fantasia has grown and learned from
Right.
the past. She seems so fulfilled now with her husband. We all have made
Yes.
we all made past mistakes. I'm not judging her. What me and Veronica knowing out here, and what's up, Michelle? Knowing and meeting people, I just was making that statement because it was public knowledge of what happened, and she was not vulnerable. She was she when they came at her, she pushed back in that relationship situation. At the end of the day, and we keep saying, Michelle, and I've said this before, I don't look at that Fantasia made a mistake. It was a choice that she made. It was a choice that she made, and it may not have been the best choice. We do grow from bad choices sometimes, but we're grown, and when we make choices, that's when you're dealing with a married person. That's a choice that you know what you're doing. You understand? So I don't look at it as a mistake, but we all do grow. So Fatin is not throwing it because I have a great relationship with Fantasia. That's not, but I'm not. I'm just saying, since Veronica put that out there, I just basically said she seems like a down-to-earth person, but there was a time where there was something out there, and they pushed at her, and she pushed back.
Yeah. So Nicole also says relationships go through trial and error. That what makes the two stronger together. Exactly.
Yes.
And Voodoo with his crazy self says sometimes you got to lose to win.
Oh, now I am using her lyrics.
And that is the truth. That is a true statement. But hey, this is good, guys. We do have an email letter, and it is very lengthy, and it's definitely surrounding love. So, it's good that we kicked off with these topics.
Why does it seem like we always tend to walk into it like
we
that?
walk right into the letters with the topics, right? That's crazy, but
That's great.
yeah, that is great. Anything else on the topics before we move to the letter?
I'm ready.
Oh, hearts and mind are clear.
I'm ready. I hope we help somebody.
I know. Right? We're going to help tonight. We're going to help tonight.
We helped too. Well, we helped last time we were here, and I was shocked.
Yeah, we've been doing good the past week.
Because when you did that closing, baby, I wanted to jump up out my seat.
Aw.
You shook the building. For
Okay.
sure.
Thank you. Yes, Nicole is on it tonight. She said love is just not good when it's one-sided.
Ooh, yes, Lord.
Ruth. When one is putting in all that work and the other one is, baby, that is not a good feeling.
Voodoo, go to sleep.
Remember, somebody that's giving a lot of love, they want love back, reciprocated.
Right.
And that's why I said it opens the door for things to happen. And, and I'm sticking with this. What is it? Consistent breaks down persistence. Persistence breaks down resistance. And there's a lot of good people out here that are in bad situations, and they're not trying to do wrong, but their heart is vulnerable. And if the right situation come at the right time, they may try to fight it, but they want to embrace that. So y'all better wake up.
Mm,
Oh, yeah.
that's true. All right, guys. Thank y'all so much for all of you who are just tuning in. We appreciate y'all for hanging out and tuning in to Tangy Tea of Life. This is where we talk about any and everything. And we do have an email letter, and we want to get into that. Are y'all ready?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, here we go. It says, Dear Tangy Tea, my husband of 18 years decided to up and leave me and the boys. We have 2 sons, ages 22 and 18. Our 18-year-old is still in the house, and our 22-year-old is living on his own with his girlfriend and their new baby girl. Yes, they are grown and understand what is going on between their father and myself. That is a good thing. The bad thing is that my boys are seeing this kind of behavior from their father, who should be leading by example. My husband has always verbally abused me. He told me from day one that he does not eat leftovers, so I've always prepared meals on a daily, breakfast and dinner. I got off of work and went straight to the kitchen. I cooked, fixed his food, and took it to him from day one. That has never changed because he said that that is what a woman's supposed to do. I kept the house clean, and I always made sure our children had clean clothes, lunch for school, etc. Thank goodness I didn't have to worry about doing hair because they are boys. He never helped me in the kitchen or did any chores around the house. I was fine with that because that's the way he wanted it from day one. He left and moved in with his girlfriend. I found this out just days ago from a family member. It hurts so bad to know that I've done so much and took so much and find out he did this to me. I noticed that things were changing in our marriage a long time ago, but I kept being a good wife. All he wanted to do was to have intimacy every single night. He said I had to be obedient because a wife should not say no to their husbands. When I say every night, and sometimes day and night if my son was away. I do take a little blame for him leaving because ever since our first grandchild came into the world, I spent more time babysitting and neglecting him from my wifey duties, not making an excuse for his behavior, but I did slack in some ways from what a wife should be doing. He does not call us. He doesn't even, we don't see him. The boys only see him if they go over to his house. I'm not sure what to do at this point in my life. I only knew him. He was my first love. I listen to you all on the show weekly, and you all seem like very strong individuals. I see the comments coming through as people give their opinions on relationships, and they say how they wouldn't do this or take that, but it is hard.
Don't cry.
This is
Well, is that the end of the letter?
no.
No. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
So she says,
Ronnie, you got to help everybody.
You gotta read this letter, girl.
Stop, because I'm a crybaby.
so she says, I just want some advice on how to move on in this world without someone who I thought would love me until the day I leave this world. I'm 53 and started over is not something I wanted to do.
Don't look at me.
The good thing is I do have family and friends to support me and my beloved sons. Beloved sons, this is tough, and any advice, I will appreciate it. Why?
Baby, my first thing is enjoy your newfound freedom. Because to me, that, oh my God, that man was not your partner. He treated you like a freaking slave. And my heart breaks for you because it sounds like you really did love that man. But we just talked about this right before. It sounds like it was a one person giving all the love, and he just took. And it doesn't sound like she received any.
You want me to go? Or you want to go? I can go. Go. I'll go. So let me just say this. Since she says she watches the show, let me just say this to her first. You wrote this letter we get your side, and not to say that your side is wrong, not wrong, but we don't want to say one-sided. The first thing I want to say to you is I want you to look yourself in the mirror because you seemed to be honest when you said when your grandchild came, you neglected some of your wifely duties there. I got that. I just want you to look back in this marriage and just see if there was anything that you may have could have changed that may make a difference. That's all I'm gonna say to you, not judging you. I'm gonna act on the letter because it's not for me to assume things. You know, I think sometimes we assume things. I'm gonna deal with this letter. So this is hard because we get emotional because we feel for her. And we can give her the best advice. You talk about the newfound freedom and way to go on with her life. It's not easy.
She's got the more.
This is not easy because this hit me in my gut tonight, and I'm going to tell you why. I'm going to tell you why. I pray I don't cry because when me and my late wife had a break, that woman leaned on me. You understand what I'm saying? And Veronica, you know, I'll put it out there. You know she lashed out. You know that. And the reason I didn't appreciate her lashing out, but I understood her lashing out. Because when you do everything for a person and they continue to feel like you're not worth it or whatever, or they leave you abandoned when you've given your all. So we can give this woman the best advice, but right now she is an emotional wreck. She can't even just move on. You got to get some type of therapy, my sister, before you even can think about moving on. You understand? Because you're going to always use this relationship with him as a ruler measuring how you move in life, and you may be using this relationship to be judgmental on yourself. This man was not happy. You got to realize you cannot make a person be happy and love you the way you love them. Maybe it is best that he left. It hurts, my sister, but you was miserable as well. And I always say it's better to be miserable by yourself than miserable with someone, because when you're miserable with someone, it's really hard to change because you're caught up. When you're miserable by yourself, you can take steps to get better. Okay? So, sister, I am not throwing no stones, but this is just not easy for us to just give you advice and for you to just snap your fingers and go, because there's the emotional trauma that you're going through. And I think, my opinion, you may need a little bit of help to kind of deal with this trauma before you can even move forward. But you have to move forward. And if you move forward, you'll see as you start to move forward, the days are going to get brighter and brighter and brighter. You got children, you got grandchildren. You continue to love them. And even though you said he's the father of your children, and he could have been a better example for your children, if you raised them for right for wrong, they have to live their life. No matter if y'all were perfect, they still have to walk in their own shoes. So now, sister, you gotta take control of your life.
I'm trying not to get too emotional with it because I don't know whether this was meant for me to hear this, because I went through that.
Me too. That's why I'm crying.
I went through 20-something years with this man. We good now because, prayer works. To go through that emotional thing and then having my daughters see me go through it, it was more emotional abuse, physical, mental, because it played with you. Because I wouldn't do this. This is your action of treating me this way.
Mm-hmm.
I was cooking, cleaning, taking care of the kids, and then decided to let me go ahead and start trying to get myself together, because I was the housewife. So I know I had to, not had to, but I wanted to take care of my family. This is what I wanted to do before I went to school. I started going to school, still cook, clean, wash clothes, everything. House spotless. You can come in and eat off the floor. I was doing it. I felt that. I feel everything she's talking about, because I had to go through this. I didn't want my daughters to see me this physical, I try to hide it. But you think you hiding it, but it really seeing everything that you go
Yep.
through. I had to. Right now, I'm just so emotional with her because I understand it.
Mm-hmm.
To go through that abuse, and then your self-confidence leaves.
Yes.
You had to keep my self-confidence. I felt like this all the time. I felt like this. Every time I tried. I thought maybe if I do it like this, maybe he'd do this. And I can remember a time me and my daughters was in the house together. We were just laughing and talking and, enjoying each other's mind. But when he came home, all that shut down. It was like we were slaves in the house. Master coming to the house. You can't say nothing. Don't even start nothing. Don't even say nothing. Let me get my stuff together. Cook something. That wasn't good enough. Fold clothes, put that was good enough. I got to the point where I got tired. Honey, and this was speaking. Therapy works.
That's why I gave
Therapy
that
works.
advice. That's why I gave that advice.
God works. Put God first. Get that therapy. It will help you and help you get stronger. Will you start loving on yourself? Once you start loving yourself, your kids can see that. That you getting stronger with it each and every day. And get away from that. You don't need that. You do not need that. It took me, like I said, 20-something years to realize that I'm important.
Mm-hmm.
I need to do something because I can't be that example for my kids and let them see me hurt like that. It was you battling something and you fighting that fight within yourself.
Yep.
Like, do I stay here? Because right now I'm in this predicament where I don't have a job now. I
Mm-hmm.
don't have a job. See, she was working. I didn't have that. Everything that I got from him. Everything. And believe me, I was with this man since I was 16 years old. And everything I learned is from watching what he was doing. And I didn't listen to my mom and dad at the time, because they was telling me, hey, you too young, you don't need to do this, do this, do that. But I still had to go in. And that's why I said sometimes you go through things to learn stuff. And I learned from that. I was stronger than I thought I was. I packed my stuff. I got my girls in there. And I said, peace. I was out. I couldn't stay there no more. Baby, get therapy. I promise you that therapy gonna work. It will work. Don't try to jump into no relationships. Work on you. Your kids is grown, and once they see you grown and grow from these errors, your kids, she said boys, right? Your boys gonna see. And they gonna see, my mom's stronger than I thought. And she made it through that. And that's what you got to do.
She got to do it for
You
herself.
got to do it for you.
Got to do it for herself.
So I don't know. When I read the letter, I told myself that I was not gonna cry when I read it on this podcast. Because my whole thing is I don't like to see people hurting.
No.
I don't like to see people get played over. I have a soft spot. And I think the older I get is like the weaker I get. Like I feel very sad for this lady. And 18 years is not a short period of time. It's a very long time to be with someone, and you know that she loves him. And like she speaks from day one, he told her, what a woman should be doing.
Right.
He don't want leftovers, meaning she's cooking every day. Coming home, getting off work, cooking, cleaning, getting the boys ready for school the next day, all this stuff. And she said in the letter that he wasn't helping her. I feel very sad for her and for him to just leave, and she did say in the letter that she's not gonna put all the blame on him or something like that. She said because she slacked off doing her wifey duties when the grandbaby came in the world. He wants sex day, night,
Whenever he wanted.
whenever he wanted, every day. Can you imagine coming home? You work a 9 to 5, getting off work, you coming home, cooking, you cleaning, making sure the kids are okay. And then this man wants to get on top of you after this long day. I wanted to even ask how she feel. Are you okay? You know, sometimes our bodies shut down. We don't want to have sex with our partners all the time. You know what I'm saying? I mean, but some men don't understand that. And clearly he didn't because he wanted it every single day. So at some point, she probably felt like, okay, I'm just going to lie here, you know, not feeling even comfortable with him, you know, but I'm going to leave that alone. But I'm just saying, I feel horrible because love is something that we should be taking seriously. You have these 2 sons that he should be, like she said, leading by example. These boys are looking at how you treat their mom. Hopefully they're not going to treat their women that way, thinking it is okay because that's how, you know, he treated their mom. But I'm just looking at it from all different angles. Like that is what touched me so, because it seems like this lady was giving her all. And I know it's 2 sides to every story. He's going to have his side of the story, you know. Maybe he started feeling some type of way when the baby came in the world, because she wasn't doing those things that she was doing from the start. And, you know, and sometimes when we as women, and I'm speaking, you know, for women because I'm a woman, sometimes when we don't do things that men feel like we should be doing, they start looking to the right, to someone else that's going to fulfill the things that we're not doing at home. Right. You know what I'm saying? So you got to take in consideration of things that women go through, and not saying that you all don't go through things, because I know men go through things as well. But it seemed like this woman had a lot going on. She was doing a lot to please this man, and for him to walk away and now move in with his girlfriend, that gotta hurt. You know what I'm saying? That has to hurt, and that caused a lot of trauma in people's lives. You know, she's saying that, didn't she say something about he was her only or her first or something like that? And starting over is not fun at all.
No.
I wouldn't even worry about starting over, though. I would focus on myself. And I feel like she said she felt like she neglected the relationship because of the grandbaby. The grandbaby brought new life into her. So
she should be enjoying the baby.
She should be enjoying that. And now that he out the picture, focus on him. And, well, did she say the grandbaby was a boy? Focus
girl.
Oh my, yeah. That she was going to focus on her and healing yourself, because.
And I think we all say that. I want to get on 2 comments now. Voodoo Child says, maybe he had to leave for him. We need more contact. Was he unhappy? So Voodoo, from this letter, it seems like he wasn't happy. That doesn't give him the right to treat her less than a human being. Okay? I don't need no more context for that. Okay? If he wasn't happy, then leave. And he did. But to treat her for 18 years like that, that's horrific. And a lot of times people stay till the kids get grown and then leave. And you're not happy. I got it. But you treat somebody like less than a dog. Some people treat their dogs better than the way she's describing here. That's crazy. Now, I'm going back to Tyrone's comment. Tyrone Edge says, you guys, he left and went to another woman. Get out your feelings. Get to the issue.
What?
Wow. Yeah. So I was sitting here patient. I wanted y'all to go. And normally I explode. Normally, I'm not going to explode. But I ain't gonna bite my tongue, Tyrone. That's not sympathetic, and that's fine. That's how you feel. But you tell somebody to get out their feelings. These women, including myself, said that I've experienced somebody that went through hurt. These women said they've experienced what is in this letter. And you say to get out your feelings. You don't get out your feelings. You don't give 18 years. You don't give a certain amount of time. You just heard what Lisa said. Veronica has spoke about this. And Destiny said she's went through this in the past. It's not about being in your damn feelings, bro. That's the problem at the end of the day. That's why sometimes I come down on men hard. Because sometimes we men are not empathetic at the end of the day with some of the things that our women go through. You understand what I'm saying? So for these sisters up here to have tears in their eyes, I can empathize because I understand what love and pain and to be not treated right and to be cheated on. And it doesn't feel good. Or to be talked to or treated less than a human being. So I think your comment, I'm cool. I could really go off, but I'm not because I don't want to seem like I'm disrespectful. You put the comment out there, and I put what I had to say. I just think that was just not cool. And to tell somebody to get out their feelings and get to the issue, and somebody's emotionally attached to feel something that somebody else went through, we human beings, bro.
Yeah.
We're not damn robots out here.
Mm-mm.
And I said it before. I stand up for us men, but I damn sure stand up for our sisters.
We appreciate that.
Sure do.
Thank you, Fatine. Yeah, I mean, cause that's a hurtful feeling. You know, I don't wish that on no one. That's a hurtful feeling for someone that you think love you and that's gonna be there for you through thick and thin, and just to up and leave. I wanted to even tell her he was leaving because the way she's saying in the letter is like he just up and left. So of course the red flags,
Yeah.
red signs, or whatever they call it, was there. She had to, see something that he was, ready to move on. And yeah, sometimes we as women, like I said, we do some things that can, drive a man away. Or have him thinking, there's someone out here that can do this, what she's not doing, or, can give me what she's not giving me. Oh, you don't want to give me sex 4 to 5 days a week? Okay, well, I'm going to go have sex with Diane 2 days out the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, but should you beat yourself up for that? No, this is when conversation come in. This is when you need to sit down with your partner and have conversation and let them know how you truly feel. Yeah. You're not doing this. Okay, I feel like you're giving the baby more attention than you giving me.
Yes.
I'm feeling this certain way. Like you're gonna have to do something to draw me back to you. Like be straight up with people. Stop playing with people's feelings.
Exactly.
If you're feeling a certain way about somebody, let them know. If you're not happy in a relationship with your partner, let them know. No one should have to live like this. Mm-hmm. This lady probably can't sleep. She probably can't eat. She's thinking about, well, he's in this house with this other woman. What they doing now? Are they, out in public? Is people talking about me behind my back? What they saying? Oh, she's such a fool. All this stuff be going on through our head as women.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? All this stuff we're thinking about instead of just thinking about us and getting ourselves together. We weren't about all these thousands of things around us that's driving us extra crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So Victor says there's two sides to the story, which we said there's always two sides to the story. But every time we get a letter, and and we say that we hearing it from one side, and there's always two sides to the story. And I agree with you, Victor, on that. But I'm not going to sit up here and been doing Tangy T and say every letter that has come in here is been falsified and this, that, and the other. Then we wasting our time up here. And we have to go on what they're saying. And what I'm saying is that just listening to her, we have to address what we're getting. You understand what I'm saying? And to be treated like this is one thing. Now, Tyrone, he wants to go back and forth with me. He's saying I don't stand up for women, I pander to women. Is that what you feel like, bro? That's fine. But I said what I said. Your comment before was insensitive. It was insensitive at the end of the day. You don't tell me what I do. You don't know me, bro. I think my life and my history of the work I do in the community for the years I've do, don't tell me I pander to women. I stand up for women. So that's what you can say from this show, bro. You don't know me, bro. All right?
I missed that. What he said, I missed
Oh.
it.
Yeah, well,
And back
anyway,
to
anyway,
Michelle
I-
Tracy's comment, she said this man hurt not only her heart, but her spirit is
Yes.
broken as well.
Oh yeah.
And that is so true. And I
Right.
think that's why us ladies got so emotional
Yeah.
because you can feel it
Yes.
in that letter. You could feel the hurt and the pain that this lady is going through. So
That's what I'm saying. It's not a good feeling. It's not a good feeling. And thank you, Lisa, for sharing your story.
But one thing I can say is this: I can take responsibility for the things that I've done in
Yes.
relationship. I can do that, and I can
Mhm.
still sit here and say that I do that.
Yeah.
The thing that I did after I did my therapy, I called him, and when I called him, I apologized,
Hmm.
but I didn't get the same thing back.
Yeah.
But I left it alone after that. But after a while, we came to the point where we're good now. We can talk. I mean, the things that I went through, it's a learning lesson for
Right.
some. I mean, I'm not taking sides. I mean, he may have some other stuff he's saying that she did. Okay.
Right.
But that's when the communication come in, where you talk about that. And
Exactly.
then even after you have this conversation and you still feel like you need to leave, at least you don't have this conversation.
Exactly.
And then y'all decide, hey, this is not going to work. I'm going my separate way.
Right.
That's it. I didn't have that communication. I remember trying so many times.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I get to the point where I'm telling this is where I feel about this, it's like I'm going against you.
Mm-hmm.
And then you take offense to everything.
Yep.
Because it's like,
And now I'm fussing with you, trying to get you to understand me, and you fussing
Mhm.
with me, trying to get it. See, that when the communication, it was just the communication for the whole thing was just broken.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then once that is broken, then here comes the disrespect.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
You're not respecting me now.
right.
I'm not respecting you now.
Right.
So what do you need for me to stay here and still keep getting this?
Mm-hmm.
So it's not just we get mad at him. It's something that I felt. And I felt all of that
Yeah.
because I went through all of that. And like I said, we're good now, and I'm glad about that. We're good now. But sometimes you have to learn to listen and understand your partner at that time. Sometimes
Right.
you got to.
Yeah. That's why I'm always saying on this show, communication is so important.
Mm-hmm.
You have to communicate with one another. Whether you think it's something that your partner don't want to hear or not, especially when it's coming down to you making that decision whether you want to stay in this relationship or you want to go. You know what I'm saying? It's so important for you two to have a conversation,
Absolutely.
whether it hurts or not. You think it's going to hurt more to have this conversation, or you think it's going to hurt more for you to just walk away and leave? I prefer for you to sit me down and talk to me first.
Right.
Let's have that conversation first. And then, like you say, Lisa, if you still feel the urge of you need to walk away from what we have, then you walk away. At least we're not blindsided by your
Right,
decision
right,
and you walking away from it.
Right.
And the
I just want to read this. You want to go ahead? Go ahead. I'll read the comment.
Well, all I was gonna say was the communication needs to be effective communication, because I think that is the one thing that we preach and we talk about communication all the time. But communication isn't always what you say or how you say it. It's how you receive what the person is saying to you too. And a lot of times when people tell us stuff that we don't want to hear, we get defensive. We do what you said he did, deflect and
Yes.
push it back on the other person. So you have to learn to not just communicate but effectively communicate. You have to be able to listen and respond and not react.
Right.
And that is the biggest problem.
It's a good point. Good point. I just want to read two comments. So Karen McNeil writes, as bad as it may be that he left, but it is probably the best thing for her and the family if he was not good for them. It will hurt for a minute, but in the long run, she's better off. So I think
Yep.
that. Now, engineer, tech producer, Herman put something in here. And it's interesting, Herman put, not trying to be unsympathetic, but both sides need to be known. Typically, the story is never told to make themselves look bad. So even though Herman is off mic, my question is, we've all been in this studio and we've told stories. So how would you feel, Herm, and I know you off mic, when you're telling a story and you're telling about a situation and you know from your heart you telling the truth, and then somebody comes back and say, well, you know, bro, I hear what you're saying, man, but, you know, there's always two sides, which that's the true point. But when they say it, it's like what you're saying is just it's
Invalid.
Just
Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah.
And that's how when we keep saying that, it's like we're not believing the things that she's saying.
And I'm seeing Tyrone's comment where he says, y'all wasn't this emotional for the brother whose wife was cheating last week. Tyrone, I feel like we're this emotional because we are women, and like we said, we've been through this.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say what I've been through was this extreme, but to the point of, you know, getting out of a long-term relationship. It just hurts, you know, to see that what this woman was going through. So I'm not going to say that we didn't feel, we wasn't emotional. No, we wasn't emotional, but I feel sympathetic with anyone that goes through you know, a breakup or, you know, because it's not a good feeling for anyone.
So let's talk about that for a minute. So let's okay. This woman, the way she talks, she was there was abuse here.
Yeah.
There was abuse. And again, I can't sit there and say women don't abuse men. But a lot of men, we not going to sit there for no damn 18 years,
Come on.
Tyrone, and sit there and take that like some little punk. You understand what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, us men, at least for me, I can speak for myself, and the men that I know, we ain't going to sit there and be abused by no woman for no damn 18 years and act like a sick puppy. So, yeah, I can be sympathetic for a brother where a woman has cheated or whatever, but us men don't sit there and take this and then write a letter and say we were abused and we were this and we come home and we do this and we do that. No, 18 years and being abused, we're not doing that. And then you know what society looks at us? We were the weak ones for allowing that to happen.
And see, and that's the thing, like society looked at women as we're supposed to be the ones that forgive, yes,
And
forgive
let go.
and let go and stay. We're supposed to just stay through it, just fight for your marriage, fight for that relationship. Don't you know? You that's just like, I'll never forget this older woman told me. She said that you leave that one, the next one is going to do the same thing. So you might as well stay where you at. I couldn't stand that comment because that is so not true. Why would you tell someone to stay in something because the next person is going to do that to you? Those are lies, because everyone is not alike. And just because that person did something to you doesn't mean that that next person is going to do this exact same thing. I couldn't stand that. But I'm glad I didn't listen, because if you listen to people like that, you would never be happy. You would never be in a relationship where you allowing somebody to love you and you loving someone else, because that person just said it. That person is going to do you the exact same way.
So let me just say this and see two things. Tracy White writes, and she writes this to Tyrone. Is Tyrone the husband that left? Dang, he's going hard for this man, for real, for real. Victor says, sounds like a bunch of crap. He says it's S-word. As soon as a woman starts crying, we assume the man is always at fault.
He missed the letter.
See how fast
Yeah.
y'all jump on the bandwagon.
He missed the entire letter, though.
Victor came
He
on
didn't hear. He
after the
came
letter
on
was
late.
read.
Exactly. And see again, you know what I'm saying?
Jesus.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. You know, it's always, and again, I'm not saying that, again, we say that there's two sides to the story. There's two sides to the story.
Always.
But again, the reason why I'm speaking about this, because I know some men that have been abusive to women, and those women have stayed there. You understand? And if the woman was a bad woman, he still shouldn't abuse. He should just leave. One wrong don't make another wrong right. So so if there's two sides to the story, and let's just say she's not a great woman, then he should have left. You don't abuse. When there's abuse in here, I'm sticking up for that person.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm sticking
Yeah.
up. If it's the man that is getting abused, yo, brother, grow some kahunas and get the hell out of there. That's what I'm gonna say.
So
Tyrone's talking about abuse. It wasn't really physical from what
verbal.
It was verbal,
Yeah.
emotional,
Yeah.
mental, sexual. Because
Yes.
if he's wanting her to lay on her back and spread her legs at any given moment,
Right.
he's wanting her to, that's sexual abuse. That woman may not want to, like you said, she may not want to have sex tonight. But he said, oh, it's your wifely duties, so she's
Yeah.
expected to do it.
Yep. And seeing that I have a problem with that.
Okay. I know he asked a question about the therapy that I went through and asked if the therapist believed everything I said. No. She was tough.
Mm.
She asked all kind of questions for to get deep and down so she can see what started and
Mhm.
how it started. That's why I'm sitting here today and say, yeah, there's some things that were my fault on certain things. But I had to deal with that. And then, like I said, after a while, I was able to talk to him, and we had that discussion, and he really communicated this time, and this time he really listened
Mhm.
and understand, and I understand where he was coming from, and he understood where I was coming from. And that's why we're in a good place now.
Yeah.
So therapy helped me. It helped me to understand my feelings and how I had to deal with stuff and how he was looking at it. You know, I can't speak for a man because I'm not a man.
Yeah.
I can only speak for what I got, because that therapist was really hard. She was real hard on me,
Yeah.
and I had to really look at myself
Mhm. Mhm.
and figure out, hey, you know what? You know, I'm worth this. I can do this
Mhm.
and keep going from this. But I got to to understand what my mistakes was in that too.
Mhm. Yeah, exactly. You
Yeah.
can't just put it on.
I
yeah.
didn't just put it all on him. 'Cause
Right.
I knew I had some responsibilities in myself in that marriage.
Exactly.
So I knew it. And when she got to me, she really tore into me.
Right. It's the
So it's not just she was on my side to start off with time I start talking. No.
right.
No. They wasn't like that.
Yeah.
And that's good that you can, take fault in what you did.
Oh yeah.
It's the ones that say, "Oh, well, I didn't do anything. I did what I was supposed to do as the wife. I did what I was supposed to do as a girlfriend. He wasn't doing what he was supposed to do." No, we all have fault in things that we do. You know what I'm saying? Just because a relationship or a marriage doesn't work doesn't mean that it was all on that one person.
Right.
We all said our tone and our voice, our emotions, whatever it may be, can trigger that person. So it's not always that one person that. So I had a comment that come through, but go ahead because I want to read this.
Okay, real quick. So Tyrone says, and I'm gonna slow this down for a minute.
Oh,
So
God,
no.
Back on Tyrone.
Yeah, back on Tyrone. But this was interesting. So Tyrone says, because I'm a fair person. He puts, bro, I work as a men's advocate. Men will sit and take a lot of mess. Tyrone, I totally agree with you. There are men that will take a lot of mess. My question to you, my brother, the same way that you are a men advocate and help men deal with situations and be empathetic or sympathetic with them, why can't you be sympathetic for this sister? You say men do take this. You are advocate for men, and men do go through this, and I agree. And I don't think they should go through this. If they're trying to work it out and it's not working, then you get out of the situation the same way I will tell a woman. But my thing is, and when you said this, and I'm cool with this, what you're saying, I'm not attacking you on this one. I'm with you on this. But my question to you is, then why are you not somewhat sympathetic for this sister? That's all I'm saying.
So I had a comment to come through, and he said, if he's not happy, what's wrong with leaving, or is it how he left? All I hear y'all talking about is that he walked away, not how he walked away. It is the way she's saying it in the letter is that he just left. And what I'm saying is to have a conversation. He could have had a conversation with her, and maybe he did. We don't know. She didn't put that in the letter, so I'm going by what she said in the letter, and it seems like she said he up and left. Like he didn't have a conversation with them. So that's the part that's getting me. He could have had a conversation with her to let her know, listen, I haven't been happy in quite some time, and I feel like it's best for the both of us that I move on, like something just to to give her some kind of closure in knowing why he walked away. It's okay if he wanted to walk away. Maybe, I think someone said earlier, maybe they grew apart. I think it was Mr. Sammy, and that's true. A lot of people do grow apart. That's facts. But can you give me something where I can have some type of closure from all of this? Not just to walk away and then to find out that you're living with someone else.
From family.
That is gonna tear me up to
You're not gonna get
pieces.
closure.
I don't
not
think,
gonna get
first of all, I kinda,
Closure and having a conversation is
Well,
what I'm
well,
talking about.
I-
Not just closure, just
the reason
having a
why I
conversation.
disagree with you, Veronica, I don't disagree with the having some kind of self-respect.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with you
Respect.
there. I got you.
wait, 18 years is what I'm talking
Right.
about.
The reason why
Give me respect.
Right. The reason why I disagree with you is he didn't respect her for 18 years. So why would he disrespect her to sit down and give her that? If he disrespect her or doesn't respect her for this amount of time, then why all of a sudden would respect come in the window? See, we got to look at this logical too. If he's totally disrespecting her or not respecting her, okay, then why does he owe her that respect at the end where he doesn't respect her? So if he doesn't respect her, he ain't going to sit down with her. That's nice, and I agree with what you're saying, but I'm just looking at the track record. He walked away. He doesn't respect her. He doesn't love her. And to me, he doesn't care for her. And that's what he did. He don't feel like he owes her anything, and that's why he did it. I got what you're saying, but the track record, he wasn't going to respect her.
Well, I was just hoping maybe, out of these 18 years, he could have picked one day to do show her some respect and to sit down and have a conversation with her. You know what I'm saying? Like,
No, I got what you're saying, but unfortunately, that's not in the cards for him. That's not him. I can see if it's a relationship that you have problems and y'all trying to communicate, and then at the end, look, I can't deal with this, baby. Boom. That wasn't in this relationship. So you look at the history, this just doesn't add up for him just to sit there and give her a ride. But she saw what was going on. She saw how she was being
but
treated.
sometimes we see and we don't see. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we as
We're deluding
women,
ourselves, then that problem becomes our problem.
yeah, and it becomes our problems.
problem.
But sometimes we see, like, things can be right here in front of our face. But because we love that person so much, we're blinded by the love, and we don't want to see what is actually taking place. You know what I'm saying?
And that's our fault.
And that's our
fault.
fault. Not blaming no one else but ours, because the red flags do be there. But because we love the person so much, we're gonna sit there and we're hoping that things are going to work. We're hoping that that person is going to change. We're hoping that that person is going to see who we really are and going to love us even more for us just putting up with their BS for
I can't
that.
see being I can't see being with someone for a long period of time and mistreating them like this. I just don't, just not me. Me,
Yeah.
15. I can't be with somebody like that. Oh, nor am I going to be with somebody that's mistreating me like that. Because I don't want to be around you. And you're right, Veronica. How do you lay with a person where you know you're turned off or they're turned off? And, it just reminds me, I hate to use the movie, The Color Purple, the first one, just like a man just doing his business. He want to have sex, but there's no emotion there. But she's trying to do her wifely duties. But I got to say this to the sister. You said it, Lisa. All y'all have said it. All of y'all have said it. Your self-esteem is shot, and it's about you now. And when I say it's about you, you got to get yourself together, and you can't erase all this pain. When I say erase, it means that you feel it. You can't wallow in it. You can't, because if you wallow in it, then you get drug more in. It's like quicksand, and it's going to pull you deeper and deeper and deeper. You go into a depression. So he's out of your life. You wrote the letter. This is somewhat kind of bringing some kind of closure because you want to hear what other people have to say.
Mm-hmm.
All of us up here say, sister, move on.
Yep.
Take day by day, step by step. If therapy is it, whatever, get the help you need. Move on. Love those that love you, and you'll see you'll most likely have a better life.
And love you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Most
absolutely.
importantly,
Absolutely.
even myself, I'm in a relationship. I love my partner, but I still, today, I took myself out on a date. You have to love yourself and be comfortable in being by yourself before you can love someone else.
Mm-hmm.
So you really got to focus on loving you, sweetheart.
That's when you said that, I wonder, is that true? Can you let's examine that for a minute.
Oh, Lord.
You said you got to love yourself before you love other people, but some people need to attach themselves to something or someone to help build their self-esteem. You understand what I'm saying? So sometimes you do love someone else before you love yourself because you need that to build your character up at the end of the day. We make these cliche statements not to get I'm not getting on you, but
No,
we
I
need
feel
to
you.
we need to understand that sometimes we don't love ourselves, but we need something else to love to help channel to get us motivated. That's why people get pets. They get pets, and when they get that pet, they feel wanted, they feel needed, which we were talking about, and that helps them, and it's therapeutic.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, that helps build their self-esteem where they now can love themselves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just looking at the comments about how I see Victor wrote by women, take up from women. Let me tell you something. If a woman is wrong, I'm not going to take up for you.
Right.
If you wrong, if he was in the situation like how she's saying he the one who wrote in his letter, I'm going to be on his side.
Right.
Because, first of all, why are you treating this person like you shouldn't be in this relationship? It's easy to say that if you haven't been through that.
Right.
And as for just, I mean, I'm just sitting here just thinking back because it took me a long time. Because, you know, you can say nobody don't stay in the relationship and he didn't treat her like that. We don't know.
Right.
No. Because I can say this, in the beginning, it was not like that.
Yeah.
It was good in the beginning. It was good. And like I said, somewhere down the line, the communication, something stopped.
Mm-hmm.
But when you go to ask, it's like a defense mechanism comes at you. Like, if I'm asking you what's going on, what happened, talk to me.
Right.
Let me understand it. Is it something that I did? See, that's the one thing we women do. Is it something I did? Let me know so I can change it.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do something different.
Yeah.
Let's try this. I mean, there are plenty of times when I say something about let's go to counseling, marriage counseling. I have said that.
Yeah.
That ain't work.
Nope.
That ain't work. I mean, you go.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
And I feel like when it comes like that, when it getting to the point of he's, you know, they're being very defensive.
Yeah.
That's
it's
when you
hard.
know there's someone else in his ear.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Someone else is in the ear. Someone else is giving him that attention that he's been missing
Yeah.
with you.
So
That's when they start being defensive and saying, you know, blah 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 blah, and you know, like
yeah.
some of them try to hide it.
Yeah. I'm gonna say this, and I don't give a damn who gets mad, because I've seen it. I've seen it up north. I've seen it down here. It's across the country, and I've seen people that have reported abuse. A lot of times, that men that do report abuse, they're not taken seriously. So I don't want to sit there and say that that's not a real situation, because a lot of times men are not taken serious, or the ego don't want them to report it. But the reason why I'm going to say this, because we hear of situations of women being abused. They call the cops come, They go to court. They don't get the order of protection. They don't get this. They don't get that. And then what happens? You know, either the woman gets killed, and then I got to hear, it's both sides of the story. That's why I'm saying sometimes both sides of the story, but you can see this.
Oh yeah.
Or the woman is killed. You understand what I'm saying? Or the woman snaps. Or the person snaps. You understand? So that's why I'm saying I'm glad he left. Because I don't know if this woman would have snapped. Or he would have got so abusive that she would have been hurt. We too many times have seen down here suicide or somebody killed in a relationship that have been trying to report it. That's why I'm saying I'll stand up for a woman that is calling out abuse. I don't have time to say I got to get two sides of the story while a woman may be getting her ass kicked and then wind up dead.
Yeah.
So that's why I say sometimes we got to stand up. Because it's too many times we see this. And then I got to hear, it's two sides of the story when somebody's gone.
Just listen to Eve's Love is Blonde. That song breaks my heart.
yeah.
Hearing what the friend endured, and she stayed with him and
She got killed.
got killed.
Got
So
killed.
I feel exactly
My
where you're
friend
coming
got
from.
killed, got strangled over an abusive boyfriend. You understand what I'm saying? I don't know too many men that had abusive women that killed them. That doesn't mean it doesn't happen, because it has happened. I've seen, yeah. But I'm saying abuse, nobody needs to be in abuse. And that's why I'm saying, sister, if you look at this, you could coming out of this with your life. He's going on to live his life. And now the girlfriend, that's his problem, her problem, if it is going to be a problem for them. He may be happy, she may be happy. That's not your situation no more. He left. You move on. Your kids are grown now. So you ain't got to worry about him checking in with you or this, that, and the other. He can communicate with those kids. You can wash your hands now.
Right. And, we never know why God does things sometimes. You know what I'm saying? This could be a blessing for you. You know what I'm saying? So that's why we have to look at things in all kind of different angles. You know what I'm saying? Could be a blessing for you. This could be this man could have been holding you back from a blessing that God is waiting to give you.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? Sometimes we have people blocking us from what God is trying to lead us to. And once we let those people go, that's when things start flowing in our lives. I can actually speak on that myself, because I felt like I was just standing still. But once I let go and I could see the road, it's like all kind of blessings started flowing my way. You know, I feel so freely. I feel, and I'm not saying anything bad about my ex. You know what I'm saying? It's just we grew apart, and we can have a conversation till this day, like we're best friends. We can laugh, we can talk. You know what I'm saying? Which is a good thing, and I thank God for that, because I don't want any hatred or animosity towards anyone. But I'm just saying, sometimes your blessings come when you allow people to walk away.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And we have to be strong and understand that they was there for a reason, a season, or however it go. They wasn't meant to be with us for a long period of time. You know what I'm saying? We was meant to be together for that period that God allowed us to be together. And we have to accept that and move on with our life.
I know you said that when you were expressing yourself, these comments. So Ingrid says, a voodoo child, he's responding to voodoo child, stating she didn't use the word abuse, but his actions, according to her, was abusive. Gaddis says to you, yes, Veronica, we put seasonal people in permanent positions.
Yes.
Absolutely.
You understand? We
Absolutely.
put seasonal people in permanent positions. And I've said earlier that we're not compatible, and we try to force a square into a round circle. And that's what the problem is. We stay together. We're not compatible. You argue and you this, you that. And there's just nothing coming out of this relationship, but we tend to stay together. That's why some people say, I don't believe in divorce. But if you don't believe in divorce, but the marriage is going nowhere, then what's the purpose of staying with one another? Stop living. I don't live in the past.
Yeah. Move forward. God got us. We are here on this earth for a purpose.
Yes.
We're not here to be sad, down and out, depressed, angry, mad about what this person did to us. And if
Oh, yeah.
move on and live life. Life is short.
Absolutely.
Life is short.
Absolutely.
And if you get the opportunity to love someone, love up on that person and let that person love up on you.
Yes.
Stop dwelling in the past, what happened in past relationships, and you know what I'm saying, past what happened with your family member in the past, whatever. Live for today and love up on one another.
Right. Mr. Sammy writes, the kids still visit him so they don't think he is this bad. I
Did
got
we
to
say
comment
that
on
the
that.
kids visited him?
Yeah,
though?
yeah. I don't know that, but let me comment on
The
that.
only time the kids visit him if they go to his house. That's the
Exactly.
only time
He
they
doesn't
see him.
come see. Okay.
Right. So let me say this, Mr. Sammy, straight up, and I have to be careful because this is personal, because this is close to family. I know a man that treated his wife like crap. The kids still go visit him. The grandkids, they don't tolerate it. They don't visit. They don't visit. Out of the 3 children, the son goes and powwows with him. The girls don't really powwow. They respect him as dad. They deal with him because that's their father, but they don't like the way he treats their mother. So sometimes kids try not to get in the middle of these things, and they'll still go see the father at the end of the day, especially boys, because they have that rapport. But that don't mean that that man is right. And I've seen it, and the person I'm talking about is down here. And I've seen that not just the one person. I've seen it with numerous people.
Yeah.
There's a lot of times kids try not to get involved,
Yeah.
or they still try to respect their parent,
Right.
knowing their parents are assholes.
Yeah.
They know their damn daddy's an
Exactly.
asshole,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or their moms is not treating the husband right. They know that, but they try to stay out of it and keep the peace.
Yeah, my daughters. Even though I was trying to hide it a lot. If we get into something, I'll take it to another room. But I know
Yeah.
they hear it.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
And the kids suffer from that.
Yeah.
They suffer from that. And then it took me a while to get my girls to understand what was going on. Because I really had to sit down and have a conversation with them. They had to get to the point where they forgive me
Mm-hmm.
and forgive him.
Yeah.
So the kids, it affects the kids.
Right.
Yes.
It affects them real bad. But you
Mhm.
don't want them to go into the same situation you're going into.
Right.
And you try to give advice, but in their mind, they're still thinking about what's going on, what has happened. But thank God, my kids, they're grown now. They're grown women with kids now, but they understand.
Mm-hmm.
And they see my we love you. We saw that, and we good.
Mm-hmm.
And I still push the thing for them to talk to their father,
Yeah.
talk to their dad.
Yeah.
If you're having issues, don't hold back. Don't hold back. Talk to him. Be respectful.
Yeah.
Still your daddy,
Yeah.
but talk to him. Tell him
Mhm.
how you feel. He'll get to the point where he'll understand it. He might get upset about what you're saying,
Mm-hmm.
but be respectful with it. But he gonna have to understand it.
Right.
This is what they saw.
Yeah.
This is what they heard.
Mm-hmm.
Deal with it.
Right.
And I always tell them, deal with your kids. Talk to them.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right.
And just because kids do see things going on in the house, sometimes, and I'm going back to this letter where she have 2 boys.
Yes.
They saw, the treatment that the dad been giving to their mother. That's teaching them what not to do with their women. You know what I'm saying? Hopefully they won't think that it's okay what they saw that their dad was doing to their mom, the abuse, the emotional, well, it wasn't physical, but the emotional abuse and things that he been given to their mom. Hopefully the boys will know, okay, this is what I don't want to do to the woman that I love.
Yeah, and
You know?
and sometimes kids unfortunately, just listening to her letter, it doesn't seem like there was a lot of great times, but she probably put on that best face. We as adults are best
Yeah.
actors, and we act in front of our kids, especially when they're young. But a lot of times, kids relate back to the good times. They always want their parents to get, even if they seem like they're breaking up, they always like, no, mommy and daddy, y'all can work it out, because they always relate back to the good time. But even though, for me, I'm going to just be honest with you, my kids still respected both parents, my late wife and myself. But one thing I know they wouldn't have tolerated, they wouldn't have tolerated not disrespect and abuse. Their moms was a sickly person. I was the one that carried the load. So they're not going to, because I've seen when moms was nagging, was like, Ma, come on now. Or daddy, you know what I'm saying? That's how they were raised. You understand what I'm saying? And now they're grown. And I've always told them to express themselves. And my oldest daughter had a conversation. She had some issues that we had to talk about. And she said, Daddy, I'm trying not to say a bad word. And I told her, I said, this is an open conversation. You grown. You say what you need to say. I taught you how to do this and how to speak. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't teach you as a kid to be disrespectful, but I always taught you to voice your opinion. And they would never allow me to be abusive to their mother or their mother be abusive to me. They would have definitely said something, and they would definitely would not allow that.
Let me say something to Tyrone. Let me ask this question, Tyrone. What are you talking about? Because I mean, he's saying that Lisa is the only one up here that's pretty much making sense. I'm trying to figure out what we saying that's not making sense. it's like we're all on the
saying
same thing.
We're all saying the same thing. So
We've-
I'm so confused.
Yeah, like we've all talking about what we experienced and the things that we went through and how this lady should go on and how she hopefully should handle this. I don't understand what you're saying. What are we missing? What are we saying that you're not liking that we're saying to this about this letter? I don't understand.
Because from what he said she's talking from a healed perspective. Everyone else isn't. But we've agreed with everything she said. We're piggybacking off of what each other's saying. So
It's like talking.
that's why I said you're
like
entitled
talking to
your
this
opinion.
wall. So I ain't wasting my time.
This brick wall behind us.
Damn right.
I mean, I'm not trying to be funny. I was just trying to figure out like where is he coming from, and I
You've
respect
been off the wall all night.
I respect everything that Lisa is saying. You know what I'm saying? And I thank you once again for sharing your story,
Yes.
Lisa, because when these letters come through, we know that it's not just that person that wrote the letter that's going through what they're going through. It can be the craziest letter, but you can best believe that somebody have went through what this person
Yes.
has went through that write these letters. And by you sharing your story, I'm pretty sure that you helping a lot more women that are going through this same thing that this lady is going through in this letter. So I do appreciate you, and it's so funny, ironic that you're sitting here and this was the letter tonight.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. God does things at the right time,
Intentionally.
at the right
But
moment.
Yes.
Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah, but
so,
what happens is with Lisa saying and Veronica, you talk about healing, and honestly, what Lisa said and what you said is that y'all both, all three of you, talked about experiencing some kind of heartbreak in past relationships. You understand? You talk about your relationship that you moved on. Lisa's at the point of not dogging this other man because she's going through that healing process, and now she's also found love. But you'd have caught Lisa coming out of that relationship. She would not be in this space right now. She would not be in this damn space right now. It takes a process at the end of the day. Yeah, but some men don't like to hear other men get their ass beat up on times. That's the problem. That's the problem, ladies. Some men don't like to hear when it comes down on men when they're doing wrong because they just have a problem with that. And I understand because sometimes women do beat up on men because of their past and they have not gotten out of that pain and they continue to wallow in that pain. And I can agree with that part. But when there is something going on and somebody's experiencing it at the end of the day, that's what I'm saying. There got to be some kind of sympathy there because people hurt.
Yeah.
Have y'all heard that more people are dealing with mental issues today than
Absolutely.
ever before?
Yes.
Yes.
Ever
Oh, yeah.
before?
Oh yeah.
Come on, man.
Let me
So I don't even-
let me share this. For me, going from what I've been through, I saw my mother went through that.
Me too.
I saw my mom went through that with my father. You know, they're not together now, but they're good friends now.
Mm-hmm.
But I saw my mother went through that, and that made and I just went through the same. I was like, I'm going through the same cycle what my mama did,
Mm.
and seeing all this stuff, I was like, okay, wait a minute. I said, I gotta wake up. I gotta get better. Even though I stayed in this relationship, like I said, it wasn't always bad.
Mm.
They did have the good times, but that moment when I realized in myself, when I sat in that house and I put up with that stuff, it made me realize, you know what? You gotta do better. Your daughter's looking at you,
Mm.
and you don't
Yep.
want them to go through that same cycle. Let me break this cycle right.
Right.
now.
Right.
Yeah.
Ding,
Let me break
ding.
this. Let me
Yeah.
break this right now. Let me go. My daughter's probably on here because I've seen them popping up a little bit, but they
Mhm.
can see that, and they can see that their mother has changed and happy now.
Right.
I'm tell you, when I tell you I'm happy,
Mm.
happy with myself,
Yes.
happy in this relationship,
Yeah.
happy to where my life is going better.
Yeah.
And I owe that to God Almighty.
Yes.
For all
Yes.
He's done and showing me. When I tell you God is good, God is good.
All the time.
All the time.
Gotta do it.
Because I had to put like I said, I take responsibility for a whole lot of stuff. But when God took me through that, He took me through that for a reason.
Yeah.
For me to learn.
Yes.
And
And he takes us all through things so that we can, teachable moments are what we go through.
yes.
God places things in our lives to teach us from those moments. And we have to learn from those experiences.
Oh,
We have to
yeah.
learn from those cloudy days, those storms that God take us through. We have to learn from those
Yes.
to get better. You know, I've learned a lot from my previous relationship.
Ooh, child.
I've grown so much.
Mhm.
Things that I didn't take before, I take now. You know what I'm saying? Like I've learned to like kind of like put my hand over my mouth before I say something that I'm going to regret. You know, like I give myself a little bit more time to breathe and to
Yeah.
you know not speak so quickly. At times I can feel myself going there, but the old Veronica would have just went. You know
Yep.
what I'm saying? It wouldn't have took time to think about, you know.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So I just thank God for growth. I thank God for
I
growth.
do. I look at it a little differently. I don't mean to change how you look at it. I think that we say that God puts us through this and that, but God doesn't really interfere like that. I feel that God give us will to make these choices,
Yeah.
and I think that a lot of times I've said this before that we continue to look up here, out there, and God is here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And when you go through these trials and tribulations, and as you just said, Veronica, you get stronger through those storms.
Mm-hmm.
You are getting that strength. That's the God like is in you.
Yeah.
That's because they say God is everywhere. God is in us.
Yes.
So when we go through that and I know what you're saying, so I'm just being, but I agree with you. But I think that I just want to say this, that a lot of times we put the power out here where the
When it's
power
in-
is here.
It's in us.
It's
Yes,
in us. That's the
absolutely.
God in her. I'm not saying there's not a God, but I'm saying that God is here. And when we get stronger, that is the strength that God has given us to get stronger to go through those trials and tribulations. That's how we become more God-like. That's how we learn. That's why at 40, we should be better than we were 20. When we get to
Exactly.
60, wisdom comes through experience.
Yes.
Going through this and that, and then learning from that and gaining experience from that. That's wisdom.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? So that's the only thing I want to say is that sometimes people look fictitious out here, and it's here. You believe in yourself, you believe in God, but that God is in you, and when you strengthen that, that's where that God is there. So
Yeah.
Amen.
Amen to that.
Well, That was good, 15. Well, hopefully we helped this lady tonight. We are gonna get into our final thoughts. Um, so who wants to go first? Lisa.
I'll go first. Ma'am, the best thing for you to do, go to therapy.
Mm.
Love on yourself. Love them kids and them grandbabies, and keep it moving. Don't stay stuck on that. Don't even worry about that no more. He let the other lady deal with that. You deal with yourself. Work with that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just
Mm-hmm.
emotional. I'm sorry. I'm just emotional. It hits home.
Yeah. Don't start me to cry again.
Oh Lord.
Destiny.
Destiny.
My advice would be to keep your head up. Learn yourself, learn your strength, learn your self-worth. As Fatine said, God is in all of us. So find that peace, because this may be the biggest blessing that this man could have given you.
Absolutely.
So, take it day by day. Love on that granddaughter. Let that life that she has, that new life, that new beginning, let that rejuvenate you and help you through this time.
Mm-hmm.
That's pretty much it.
So what I'll just say is, when people say on here that you need, assistance, that therapy, I think you got group therapy tonight. You see people that go through challenges and they come to the group and they have that circle and they go around and people tell their experiences, and usually someone will say something that can touch you and say, I've been through that. And I think that's by listening to these young ladies tonight, they've all been through something similar. May not be the same as you've been through, but something is similar. And all three of these ladies are in a better position than they were when they went through that. I think that was your group therapy tonight. I want you to pull from that, my sister, because I can give you words, but I think they have given you examples, and the examples are stronger than words tonight. So God bless you, and I pray for you, and I hope that you continue to move in the right direction. Okay? Peace.
Yes. Thank y'all so much.
You're welcome.
Can I say one more thing?
Yeah. Go
I would like to invite y'all to my wedding.
Oh.
And I really would like for y'all to come do that. My tangy tea, including Victor.
Thank you so much,
Yeah, I would
Lisa.
like to invite y'all. 'Cause
Oh.
Lisa's getting married in
October 26th.
Yes. We will be there, God willing. I love to dress up. So, yes, honey, I would definitely be to the wedding.
And
Thank you so
hopefully
much for the invite.
This will be gone. I will be snatched.
Snatched,
Thanks
honey.
to Ronnie.
Snatched, honey.
Snatched.
Yes, thank you, Lisa. Thank you so much. It will be an honor for us to be at your wedding.
Thank you.
So happy for you. So happy for you.
Thank you.
Yes.
To the young lady in this letter, first of all, thank you so much for writing the letter and being honest and open with your side of the story. I pray that you can find strength and healing and love and happiness all within yourself, and hopefully you're able to move on in life. But you definitely have to work on yourself first. That is the main thing. You have to work on yourself first. If like Lisa said, therapy, if you feel, the need, and you feel like, going to sit down and talk to someone, you should definitely do that. A lot of us, take therapy for granted. We take therapy as it is for crazy people. And that is not so.
Yes.
God placed these people, these therapists, in these positions for a reason, for people like you and for whoever else that need to sit down and talk through, talk to a therapist. A lot of times, we feel so comfortable going to talk to a family member or, a friend who we think is our friends, and, we can tell them all of our business. Why not talk to that person that's going to actually sit there and listen, not give their opinion, but they're going to listen at your story and then they're going to help you fight through it, get through it. Sometimes our friends and our families, they sit and they listen at us tell our stories, and they don't be truthful with us. They tell us what we want to hear, but they don't tell us what we need to hear. Therapists, I believe, will tell you what you need to hear. Like Lisa said, her therapist was hard on her, and as well as they should. That's their position. They should not just, sugarcoat things just to make you feel comfortable.
Yes.
You should feel uncomfortable when you go sit on the couch at a therapist. So if you feel like that is what you need to do not hesitate to do that. You're not gonna, you're not gonna look at as being crazy, as people call it, or whatever. But definitely take time for yourself. Get to know who you are again.
Yes.
18 years is a very long time to be with someone. Very long time to love on one person and, do all these things that you said you did within this marriage for this man from day one, cooking, cleaning each and every day. But I will say, don't stop being you.
Mm-hmm.
If you are that loving person, continue to be that loving person, because believe me, someone is going to appreciate you for who you are. This guy, your husband, may not have appreciate who you are, and at the same time, you may have done some things that he didn't like that you did, and it kind of drove him to the left. But we're not going to look at that right now. What we're focusing on you and you getting yourself together. So make that your main concern. Don't worry about these people in the street and what they're saying. Oh, they've been together 18 years. Now they calling it quits. And, the kids grown. Now they blah, 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 blah. Let people talk. People are going to talk whether you do good, whether you do bad. People are always going to have something negative to say. So let them talk. And once we realize that we have to do things for us and do things that's going to make us happy, that's when our lives get so much better, because we stop worrying about what other people are saying. Listen, I still go through that myself, and that's something that I'm still working on myself, is not worrying about what other people are saying or what other people think what I should be doing or what I should not be doing, who I should be talking to or who I shouldn't be talking to. Once we stop worrying about outside people,
Amen.
that is when we start feeling so much better. So stop worrying about what the outside is going to say. Take care of you. Stress is a killer. I know you're probably losing sleep. You're not eating like you should be eating. So just make sure that you're doing the things to stay healthy. Go out. Don't sit in the house. Get dressed, put on clothes, go out, get something to eat, go hang out with friends, family, whatever it is to keep your mind going from not just sitting around and thinking about all the negative things. Mm-hmm. Get out and enjoy life. There's a big old world out here. And even though it hurt, you will get past it. And one day you're going to look back and you're going to say, I made it through. I made it through what I went through. I went through that storm. And now I know what to do and I know what not to do, because it was a learning moment. God was teaching you something at this particular time. So don't sit and beat yourself up. Listen, we've all been through heartbreak. We've all been through, relationships and that didn't work out. But we've all made it. Lisa sitting up here, she's in love and, she's glowing, she's happy. And, I'm in a good position where I'm at. I'm loving life. I'm loving the people that's in my life. I'm enjoying every moment, even though things didn't work in my previous relationship. Destiny sitting here happy. She's glowing. She's in a relationship where, she's saying that who she's with now is the best thing that ever happened to her. Fatine,
I'm in the spot.
you
I'm
living your life,
yeah.
and that's what I'm saying. We've all been through things, but we just have to be tough, and we have to just keep our head up and just keep moving forward, because good things are heading your way, ma'am. You may not see it right now, but something good is heading your way. It was a little stumbling block in your way. But now that it's out your way, trust and believe something good is heading your way. But you just have to stand still and watch God work. And that's going to do it for me.
Hold it. Hold it. So the reason why I didn't hit the bell because that was a final statement. And normally when you make a point, we hit the bell. I've listened to the show and I see that sometimes the bell, that's a final statement. I didn't want to interrupt that.
Amen.
You definitely get that bell. All of y'all get that bell. But I had to come in and say that because I didn't want to interrupt you because it was a final statement. If it was a point you was making, I would have definitely did that. But I think this is a great comment to end the show. Shanita Saunders. Shanita says, excellent show tonight. The transparency of the panel was wonderful, and I think you all gave great advice from both male and female perspectives. And I'll say this, and I go on the limb. This felt refreshing because we deal with so much mess in society that we try, even through some of the messy comments that came through, we stayed focused to have a great conversation and uplift it because at times we don't have those conversations. This was an important conversation that we needed to have. And sometimes I just get tired of always talking about mess, mess, mess. Sometimes we got to give somebody something that they can take back and live and pour into their life and become a better person. So kudos tonight.
Thank you, Fatim. And that is the truth. Guys, Lisa, thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much for your sharing your story once again. We're so happy for you that you found your way out and you found this new life that you're breathing.
Thank you. And I am so grateful. I'm grateful. And I'm always be grateful. I thank God every day.
Yes. Destiny, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, as always, we appreciate you coming and sitting down with us. Brother Fatim, all the way from WBLS radio station. Thank you, my brother, as always. Victor in the comments. I don't know if he's still in there. He's probably asleep somewhere. But Victor, can't wait till you come back, sir, and be back on the panel. Guys, this was an awesome show. We hope that we not only help this lady in a comment, that wrote the letter. We hope that we help someone else out there as well that may be going through this same thing or have went through this same thing and still trying to find your way out, still trying to find, your break in life. This has been a very emotional show. And it was good therapy for a lot of us.
Yes.
Crying is good sometimes. Yeah. A lot of times, just letting it come out.
Release.
Yes. So, yeah. Thank y'all so much for watching. We appreciate all of your comments that have been going through, whether it was as we may think it was bad comments, the good comments, all the comments. We appreciate y'all because if it wasn't for you all, it would be no Tangy Tea of Life. So we definitely appreciate you for watching the show each and every week. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Herman, thank you for allowing us to come in your studio, CMG Studio. If you are starting a podcast or if you have a podcast already, definitely want to come to CMG Studios. Thank y'all so much. Guys, have a great week. Love up on one another. If you have someone in your life who loves you, love them back. And just appreciate the person in your life that loves you unconditionally. Love is a beautiful thing. And don't take it for granted. Until next time, we'll talk to y'all then. Have a great night.
Buenas noches. And Tyrone, you get a bell.
You get bells.
You get a bell, brother.
Ding,
we
ding.
Yeah, we get challenging comments, and that's what makes this show, my brother. All right, cool.
All right.
Buenas noches.
Guys, have a great night. Thank y'all so much for watching.